Hi everyone, welcome to the East Current on this Friday, on the last day of the month, July 31st. Today I want to have a look with you at the sugar price. I think something interesting is happening there, mainly because of some long-term technical changes, and we'll discuss together. Let's first have a look at the sugar price since 2004. And before we continue, a quick disclaimer: I'm not telling anyone to put his money, his hard-earned money, into sugar without doing your own research. Please be careful with sugar and all investments. It can be dangerous and you can lose a lot of money if you don't know what you are doing. That said, let's have a look at the sugar price since 2004. And what you should know about the sugar price, it typically follows, like a lot of commodities, a boom-bust cycle. You see here, a boom, bust, a boom, a bust, a boom, a bust, a boom, a bust, a boom, bust, boom, bust. Which is, of course, interesting if you want to invest and make a lot of money in a certain area. That is why a lot of big investors like Jim Rogers, Druckenmiller, and all these guys, they watch commodity prices very closely because of this boom-bust cycles they go through. At the moment, we are here, July 31st. We are on a weekly chart. I'm not interested in daily charts. I'm not interested in short-term thinking. I follow a Wyckoff long-term strategy to possible detect entries and exits. And I'm not really interested in news-driven daily price changes. We made, in November 23, we made a high on the sugar price. I lived it through. I was there. I invested in sugar there. And since then, price of sugar has dropped. And we dropped almost 52% to the lows, or 53, more or less. So that's half of the value I'd had 2 years, 3 years ago. Why am I now watching sugar? Well, that's here. The black line, that's your trend line. That's a 30-week moving average. It is flattening. Flattening means the trend is slightly changing. We had a lot of downward pressure here, and now we are slightly flattening. If you want to make money with sugar and investing in general, it is crucial you invest in times that the long-term moving average is flat or starts to move up. I'm from the safe side. I always wait till it moves up and then find an entry there. But yeah, that's everybody has to do his own due diligence. Price, and that's why this rectangle is on the chart. Price has been stabilizing since September 25, so almost a year ago. We went down, we went up, we went down, retested the low, we went up, retested the high, we went down, took out the low, we went up, we went down. But price never really got below this level and stayed there long. Now we are at the long-term moving average, and that is telling me that price has some kind of consensus with the long-term price. What I'm looking for now is a change in trend, long-term trend, something like this. I'm gonna paint it, I'm gonna brush it for you, something like this. And then price there. So I'm looking for weekly closures above the long-term moving average or the trend line. That is the only way you can actually move a long-term trend up, and that is by staying long enough above the long-term trend to actually pull it upwards. So that is one. The long-term trend line is flattening, and we have to wait and see what happens. The second line I'm watching closely, that is this one. There is a trend line beginning here at the top, going down, hitting this top, hitting this top, and going down. So ideally, we take out the trend line with weekly closures and pull the long-term trend upwards. Here I might be interesting, or here it might be interesting to get a position in sugar. When could that be? Somewhere around October, November of this year. Do keep in mind that the upward price moves of sugar are related to the dollar, to the DXY, the dollar index. You can put it on your chart by adding it here, DXY. Let's do a better chart. DXY, take this one, this is better. The blue line is the DXY. That's the strength of the dollar against an whole basket of currencies. And what you can see is that in upward price movements like here, 21 to 22, the dollar rose and the sugar price rose with it. It's not a perfect match, but there is a correlation here too. DXY, sugar, we go down, price go down, DXY stabilizes and sugar stabilizes. So that's an interesting correlation to note. So again, to summarize, I'm watching this trend line very closely. I'm watching the weekly closes. If we close consistently above the long-term trend and we take out this trend line, I would be tempted to take a long position in sugar. We're not there yet. We have to be patient. We have to watch what the price does. But I think it's an important chart to put on your watch list. That's it. Have a good weekend. I will be making a quick video tomorrow about the daily or the weekly closes on all the markets in the world. And yeah, we'll talk tomorrow. Bye.